Spring has sprung here in Texas, and it is the start to warmer weather and the beginning of pool time. At this time every year, I like to get out here and deep clean all my furniture, the rug, windows, patio, pool, and the kids' toy chest. Now, once the cleaning is done, I like to bring in all those pretty things that makes this area feel cozy. I also have a few tips in today's video for you, so sit back and enjoy the spring reset to my Texas-sized patio. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and into my home. So we're going to get started right here with the furniture. Now I'm going to start by removing all these cushions so that way I can hand wash all the furniture. Now this furniture is about 6 years old, and the reason that it's lasted me this long is because I take really good care of it. But today will be the first time that I'm using a product to help restore the shine that any oxidation from the sun may have caused. Now you're going to enjoy seeing the afters of what this product can do. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been looking for a new rug here underneath this table. The edge of this one is beginning to fray, and it just can become a tripping hazard to all my little swimmers. So after I cleaned up this rug, I went ahead and I put it on Facebook Marketplace for free. And ironically, the first girl to contact me, her name was Madeline. So she's the one that got the rug. And she was so grateful to have this rug to put on her outdoor patio at her new apartment. She sent me some photos and it looks really cute. And then she's going to send me some more photos once she gets everything decorated. So I'm so glad that it's gone to a new home. Now on Instagram, I put up photos of several rugs that I wanted to replace this one with. And many of you agreed that you liked the green rug. That's the one that I like too. However, the opinions of my daughters really matter to me. And they don't think that I would be happy with the green for very long, so I chose a more neutral rug. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to get that rug in enough time for me to be able to show it here on this video, but I will be showing it here very soon.
Just take a look at yourself. Do you really think it's gonna help if you always fighting yourself? Trying to forget how you felt. Just take a look at yourself. Can't even be your own friend, cause you're way too stuck in your head. How do you think it's gonna end? Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do is take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. We could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. You think if they said it, then they must mean it. So you should feel it, somehow you think that you need it. Others' opinions, to know how you're feeling, to know if you're losing or winning, left behind or within it. If you're sinking or swimming, existing or living, nothing that they could do, nothing that they...
Do you see that canvas cover is torn over there on the umbrella? Did you know that you can replace just that canvas cover, so you wouldn't have to replace the whole umbrella? Now, you can do it on Amazon. It's only like $30 to buy a new one of those covers. I'm not going to do it today, but I am going to just sew up the end of that because it's a simple fix. I just need to get out there and get it done. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know that you can actually buy those things. I didn't pay a lot for this table and chair set when I bought it for a small patio at the house that we had before this house. It sat in the sun the whole time. But I'm very pleased with how well these have aged. However, I am getting oxidation on this set because, like I said, it did sit in the sun all year long. So that metal furniture restoration product that I'm going to be using is really going to make a huge difference on these table and chairs.
Trying to forget how you felt. Just take a look at yourself. Can't even be your own friend, cause you're way too stuck in your head. How do you think it's gonna end? Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. You think if they said it, then they must mean it. So you should feel it. Somehow you think that you need it. Others' opinions to know how you're feeling, to know if you're losing or winning, left behind or within it. If you're sinking or swimming, existing or living. Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be.
I'm always careful to check underneath to be sure that I remove any critters that could bite my little ones. Imagine those little fingers that hold underneath this table edge. Eek! Oh, I would hate for them to get bit by anything. Michael is back out here with a propane torch to get some of the grass and weeds that have grown back through the rock. It's much less than what it was, but there are still some, and we need to do a second treatment on it. So like I said, he's using a propane torch to do this, and that sucker gets really, really hot. So while he's over there taking care of that, I'm going to try to take care of these marks that you see here on the ground. Something spilt on there and we have not been able to get it up, not even with the pressure washer. So I am going to try to scrub it.
And the stars in the night. Every superpower that is yours will be mine. I'll be that it girl, pouting mouth, crossing the line. I wanna sing the melodies where my heart
Not everything came off, so I will need to pull out the touch-up paint and touch up just a few areas down here. Now, when I come along something like this after I've been deep cleaning and I find a spot that needs attention, I make sure to take note of that in my home maintenance binder. So that way that area is tended to, fairly quickly. Now, I find that if you allow things to go unattended, you either end up with more work to do or you become blind to it and you just live with it. Kind of like the windows here on the side of my house. Now, I've talked about these windows several times over and how I need to take care of the construction material that blew up on the windows when the builder was building the house next door. It left this gritty haze on the windows, which is very noticeable when you're in my dining room and you're looking out. I'm finally taking care of it. Now, I messaged a construction guy about what solvent I needed to use to remove it, and he suggested trying this first. Now, what he said to do is to use a lot of dish soap in a pan of water. The soap provides the slip and the protection, so that way when you're using the razor that I'm using to scrape this off, it's not scraping up your window, because that would look even worse if you had scratched up windows. So, thankfully, this worked, so that way I didn't have to pull out a solvent, because I like to try to, not use harsh chemicals if I don't have to, and this one worked great. Now, it did take me quite a bit of time to get this done, but it was well worth it. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw some footage that was very similar to this. I like to show some behind the scenes on my Instagram. So if you're not following me over there, I highly suggest that you do, because I like to share more of behind the scenes and also a little more of my life over there on Instagram. So my name over on Instagram is momtomoms.getinspired.
I wanna dream your dreams, lick the moons, catch them stars in the night. Every superpower that is yours will be mine. I'll be that it girl, pouting mouth, crossing the line. You seem like you're the ruler on TikTok when you rock. How can you seem like you're a Wimbledon winner? I do the same, I'm a sinner. I wanna sing the melodies, wear my heart on my sleeve, dress in rainbow colors. Why can't I make a bold statement on my mistakes and not break? Be that it girl, that lit girl, crossing the line. You seem like you're the ruler of TikTok when you rock. How can you seem like you're a Wimbledon winner? I do the same, I'm a sinner. 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 I wanna live your life. You seem like you're the ruler of TikTok when you rock. How can you seem like
Okay, so I came in to get a drink and Michael graciously offered to take care of the top of the window for me. So I appreciate it. He's much taller than me. He doesn't have to get on his tiptoes to do this. So he's going to take care of the top right here for me.
How can you seem like you're a Wimbledon winner? I do the same, I'm a sinner. I do the same, I'm a sinner. I do the same, I'm a sinner. A Wimbledon winner.
Okay, so this chest right here holds all of the grandkids' toys, their floaties, mine and Michael's floaties, goggles, little squirt guns, all the things. Now I want to get in here and I want to get all this organized for them. Of course, it's not going to stay organized, but at least we're going to start out this season with a nice organized container here. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to take out the things that are no longer needed or broken or doesn't have parts that go with it. And we're going to put back in all of the grandkids' favorite things.
Everybody has their job, 9 to 5, and getting drained. They settle for second best, scared to risk what the future might bring. What the future might bring. I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door.
Like everything else, I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out, be sure there's no critters, get out any dirt and all the things. I'm also going to lift it up and do underneath because little critters like to live underneath that, you know, those plastic things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. Then I'm going to move it out of the way because underneath it is some dirt that's blown underneath there and I want to get that off of the concrete. So I'll be doing that too. This umbrella right here, it has broken spokes, so it needs to go to the curb and get thrown out.
At my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water.
I'm going to go ahead and use the soap and water that we used on the windows over there and just scrub this down really, really well. Anyways, one thing that I don't like about this is that it sits here in the sun, so it starts to discolor. I think I've only had this 2 years, and I'm kind of disappointed in how much it is discolored. But being that we do live in Texas, you know, things like that happen. I don't know if there's a product that I can put on the top of it so that it helps the plastic not fade and stuff like that. If you know of anything, let me know down in the comments because I might purchase something like that to protect the top of this. It's supposed to be a bench also. They said it's a bench, but I wouldn't sit anything on there. It's not sturdy enough, but I would like to protect the top of it.
At my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water. My lungs are tired from running for a long time. My feet got blisters, but maybe I belong if I love a little harder. A little harder. If I love a little harder.
All right, so this is the inside of this now. It's not going to stay like this, as my husband tells me. But we will start the summer out, or the spring. It's pretty hot here in the spring. Not today, but when it is, we will start the swim season out with a nice cleaned out little container for them to get all of their toys and their floaties and their goggles and their squirt guns and all the other things that they like to use when they play in the pool. All right, so it's the next morning and the rug's been picked up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my hose and wash off the concrete. It's got a lot of dirt left underneath this rug, and I just want to get that rinsed off before we move on to the next step.
Out here on the street, I'm losing my way. You've gotten to me, and that's my mistake. Some might say I can't get too far without seeing your face. Oh, you gave me your heart and took it away. I'm going underground.
All right, so now that the concrete is rinsed off, I'm going to go ahead and work on the cushions. Can you see my Stanley back there mopping my floors for me? Isn't that nice? I've got him working indoors and I'm working outdoors. Very nice. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rinse these off. You're going to see when I rinse these off, you're going to be able to see the spots of where people have sunscreen and they sit on the patio furniture. You can't see it when it's dry, but when it's wet, you can see a little white spot. So I'm going to be scrubbing away those white spots and any other spots and stains that I might see. There you go. You see those white spots? Yeah, that's from sunscreen. So I'm rinsing those out, and then I'm going to also get a little scrub brush out and scrub some spots. I think eventually I am going to get Scotch Guard to spray on these. Now that we have the pool, the little ones obviously have sunscreen on, and then they've got lots of gunky hands and stuff. And I think that some Scotch Guard would help to protect the cushions. I do wash the cushions every time the kids come over and swim. If they've been sitting on the cushions, I will rinse off the cushions. I also rinse off the patio to get any chlorine and things like that off of the patio. So all this gets rinsed very often. So I think in order to protect the cloth in the cushions, I should probably go ahead and get some of that Scotch Guard and spray it on there. Have you ever used Scotch Guard for your couches or your material drapes or whatever? And if you have, does it work for you? Let me know down in the comments. I'm using some of this Dawn Power Wash to get in here and clean some of the more stubborn spots. Now, I would not leave the Dawn Power Wash on there. I am just quickly, using it and, as a soap and then scrubbing it in and rinsing it off, because I'm not confident that it's not going to pull up some of the color out of your cushions. So I would not leave it on there. Just reapply as you need to instead of just allowing it to sit. Now these little pillows have that Scotch Guard type feeling on it. It doesn't absorb the water, basically. When I spray it down, water's not getting in through the other side. So I want something like that on the cushions of my chairs, if I can possibly get it. Okay, so now I'm going to get in this small fridge and I'm going to get this cleaned out. the wind blows over here, and the kids open up the door, and then wind gets in there and dirt and all the grime. So I want to get all this cleaned up and get the kids' favorite drinks in there. Eventually I want to fill the bottom drawer full of some of their snacks that they really like to have. Also have some beers out here for the guys and things like that. But I want to go ahead and get this cleaned up and rinsed out and dried out and all the products back in here.
Threw me a warning without a sound. You left me all alone to take it on myself. This can't be. Take your time and make very sure that you've made up your mind. I know you don't let anything go easy, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to see you one more time to tell you what's been on my mind. Please, you make me feel hollow, like you don't even care. You make love so hollow, like I'm not even there. Hollow, it's not easy to say out loud. Some kind of stranger speaking from my mouth. I'm not the old me, I'm different now. I keep all my secrets buried underground. I know you don't let anything go easy, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to see you one more time to tell you what's been on my mind. Please, you make me feel hollow, like you don't even care. You make love so hollow, like I'm not even there.
So I inherited this cabinet when I married my husband. Now when we got married, it was a oak color, that orangey oak color, and it had broken glass, and it wasn't doing well, and it looked like it was ready to be set on the curb. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to try my hand at chalk painting, because that's when chalk painting was very popular. So I went ahead and I chalk painted the top of it brown, and then the edges of it this turquoise color, and I used a wax, and I waxed over all the chalk paint, and this thing has lasted me. And this thing has been out here, maybe 3 years now. It's been sitting out here outside, and I wipe it down just like you see me doing, and water splashes up on it, and it's really lasted. So Yahoo for chalk paint and for the wax. Who knew it could last so long? Now, as you can see, I do have some tiles underneath it because I don't want it sitting on the ground, because it is wood, and I wouldn't want it to sit in water. But I also have that trash can on tiles. I tend to put things like that on tiles because I don't want my ground to get stained. But anyways, I'm going to be moving that trash can to the other side of the fire pit, and I'm going to scoot the curio cabinet, or whatever I keep my towels in right there. I'm going to scoot that more to the center of that space. It just looks lopsided right now. But anyways, all right, I'm going to do that.
You make love so hollow, like I'm not even there. Hollow, it's not easy to say out loud. Some kind of stranger speaking from my mouth. I'm not the old me, I'm different now.
So this is the trash can that we used to have in our kitchen. This was before Michael and I put in the kind that slides underneath the cabinet. We like that one much better. Anyways, this trash can has really lasted us. We had it in our old house too. And I think it's held up so well because I have it underneath this awning. But I am going to be moving it to the other side of the grill, which it's going to get more rain and weather over there. So I'm not sure how well it's going to hold up over there. But I'll keep an eye on it. If it doesn't work out over there, I'll just go ahead and move it back. So I'm considering today as my wet day. It's the day that I'm going to be using the hose and getting everything wiped down and washed down and rinsed off over and over and over again. And then I'm going to allow those cushions to dry overnight before I set everything back up tomorrow. Okay, so these are my outdoor floodlights. They are solar. I get them from Walmart. These are the best ones that I have found because they're actually metal. They're not a lot of plastic that's easily breakable. Again, these are from Walmart. They're the Better Home and Garden ones, and they're metal. Now, I'm going to be using the Power Paste, Scrub Daddy's Power Paste, and I'm going to go ahead and give these a good clean. These shine up into the trees so water can sit down right there on top of that glass, and it's starting to haze it. Some of them are more hazed than others, and I'm just trying to see if the Power Paste will take some of that off. It took more dirt off than it did the haze, but at least they're clean. Anyways, I think I've had these maybe 2 years. I think this is my second year with these, and they've lasted a long time. I've got, several in the back, and then I've got several in the front. So they are the ones that I go to when I need a good solar power floodlight. Again, these are from Walmart.
Baby, can we kill this butterfly? Always takes too long, yeah, too long. I ain't got all weekend. We had a good run, yeah, good run, but the clock is ticking. I gotta move on, yeah, move on. I got things to do, all without you. Tell me how I can make this easier, yeah, guide me. I don't want you to get too hurt, there's no need.
All right, so I'm going to start rearranging the furniture right underneath the patio, and then we're going to pull out that aluminum restoration cleaner, and we are going to restore the metal on these, the table, the chairs, and the furniture.
And that's the way I like it. I just want to move on with my life. I've loved you for a while, and that's the way I like it. All these butterflies gotta go. I just gotta be on my own. I've been loving you for too long. All these butterflies gotta go. I just gotta be on my own. I've been loving you for too long. Too long. Move on my own. I've been loving you for too long. I know you're eager to move on with us, but you know I never do the long-term stuff, so let go and hope for better luck next time, 'cause I'm down with time-consuming love, you see. Baby, can we kill?
All right, so I've used this aluminum restoration cleaning solution in my front courtyard, and I'm also going to be using it on my garage doors. They say it's great for garage doors. Anyways, you want to be sure you're wearing gloves. I do end up putting 2 gloves on, but I'm just trying to show you how to do this first. Anyways, it comes with 2 of these microfiber cloths. You're going to fold it up like this. You're going to shake up your solution, put some on there. A lot goes a long way. Once you put it on there, you just kind of fold it in half, so that way, you know, you're evenly distributing it through the cloth. And then you just wipe down. You don't have to rinse it off. It's going to dry. It leaves a nice shine. If there's oxidation, it removes that oxidation. And then when you go and you put water on your stuff, it beads up and just rolls off. So I really love this stuff. I don't know how often that you're supposed to use it. I think it's been 2 years since I've used it in the front, and my furniture still looks great out there. But this is a little bit different type of furniture than what I have in the front. So I'm not sure how often I would have to do it out here. But it goes really quick. As you can see, I just wipe it right on. Now you see the discoloration in this table. I've mentioned this before, but the pool guys did that. They stuck something on this table and it stained it. So anyways, okay, I'm going to do anything that's metal, I'm going to wipe down real quick. Now, one thing that I do is I always close the top. So I pour some in my rag and then I close that top. Don't just leave that open sitting out, because you do not want it to spill over and ruin anything else. And make a bigger mess for yourself, basically. So anyways, okay, here we go.
I know we only met just now, and I don't wanna freak you out, no. But baby, all I think about is you and me up in a tree, yeah. You whisper something in my ear, the only thing I wanna hear. Oh, you tell me that you think about SKING, yeah. I go and pay at the bar, you go and order a car. I might not give you my heart, but you get up the rest of me. Don't think twice, baby, sit tight, 'cause we gotta kill a vibe. Don't be shy, stay the whole night, 'cause we gotta kill a vibe, yeah. Your skin feels like the finest sheets, your lips are what I thought they'd be. Oh, I'm dreaming but I'm not asleep. It's you and me up in a tree, yeah. I'll do whatever you want, it's on the tip of your tongue. I might not give you my heart, but you get up the rest of me. Don't think twice, baby, sit tight, 'cause we gotta kill a vibe. Don't be shy, stay the whole night, 'cause we gotta kill a vibe, yeah. See the fire.
I filmed this the next day. I just wanted to show you what it looks like when you go to wash off your furniture. Everything just beads up and runs right off. That's another reason why I really like this product. Okay, so here's an example of heavy oxidation, and it is really what this solution is good for. So as you can see, it's that white chalky stuff, and then you go and you rub this on it, and it just looks beautiful.
I might not give you my heart, but you get up the rest of me. Don't think twice, baby, sit tight, 'cause we gotta kill a vibe. Don't be shy, stay the whole night, 'cause we gotta kill a vibe, yeah. Your skin feels like the finest sheets, your lips are what
All right, after this last chair, I'm calling it a night. I need to go get cleaned up, start dinner, and I'll be back out here in the morning. All right, so this is early in the morning. I'm going to go out here and go ahead and set everything back up. And then I'm going to go plant shopping because I want to get some flowers and some bushes and things like that put back here. So I'm going to go ahead and set everything up, and then I will be shopping.
People are nice, but it's only for the tips. The weather's fine, but it's nothing I would miss. My only friends are the ones I left behind. Wish I could see them just for a moment, 'cause I don't know anybody here. It's awfully lonely. I smile, but they just stare, and I see me.
As you can see, Olive Grace is always such a help to me. Actually, she's my little sidekick. She follows me around all day. We have great conversations. Anyways, she was recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. Unfortunately, she's following in her mama's footsteps. She has anxiety, and now we're finding out she has autoimmune. Sweet girl. Anyways, she can no longer have the treats that she likes and the bones and all that. She can't have any of that, so I've been making her some special things with hypoallergenic type foods that she can have. So she's like taking care of another little baby. Anyways, we love her. She brings us so much joy. So we put up with a lot. Her medical expenses have gotten, pretty outrageous, but my goodness, we do love her.
Wish I could see her. I need a shoulder, 'cause I don't know anybody here. It's awfully lonely. I smile, but they just stare, and I see misery.
I'm going to be lining the table back up so that the hole in the top of the table matches the hole in the ground. That way I can stick the umbrella in it. However, I'm not going to be putting the umbrella in now because I want to spray some sealant on the bottom of the umbrella. We like to use the umbrella over in the pool, and if it sits in that water too long, it begins to rust, and it's getting rust on the ground. So I'm going to try some of that Flex Seal, and I'm going to be buying it when I go to the store to get the plants, so that I can spray it at the bottom of that umbrella, and we're going to see how that works this year. I'm going to go ahead and set up all the chemicals for the pool right here, so that way my husband can figure out what he wants to do with them. I don't want to keep them in this cabinet any longer because the grandkids get in here and get the towels, and I just don't want them around those chemicals. So I think we'll probably put it in the little storage that we have on the side of our house. I need to get some sort of a shelf to go in that storage, and then that way he can keep all these chemicals over there. I do need to buy new knobs for this piece. I did have this in our guest room when it was a nursery about 3 years ago, and those knobs worked well for the nursery. However, they don't work well out here. And anyways, one of them's missing, so I need new knobs regardless. So I'm going to be getting some new knobs for this. I'm just looking for something that's a little more rugged that might match my furniture, maybe a dark knob of some sort. We had some swimmers over here, so I've got some clean towels that I need to fold up and get in here. I do have a couple that are dirty when my husband went swimming just the other day, so I need to get those washed and put back out here too. Alright, I'm back from the store and I got that Flex Seal that I'm going to be sticking on the bottom of this pole. As you can see, the pole has begun to rust because we do keep this in the pool. It goes in and out from the pool into the table, back and forth. Because as you saw, my other umbrella broke, so we're only using this one now. Anyways, I'm going to use this Flex Seal. You've seen this all over TV. We'll see if it works. I'm going to have to do several coats, and you want to allow it to dry several hours in between coats. So I'm not going to be putting it up into the table for 2 or 3 days. Anyways, and then the planters that you see behind me, we have somebody that's coming out and they're going to remulch that, take out the weeds, mulch, and do all that for us. So I'm not going to do that on camera because he's going to be doing it for us in a couple of days.
I feel tears welling up behind my eyes. Far from home, every thought brings me down. Sun still shines, dry my eyes, take a breath, wash my face, pale and thin, start again. But I think I need somebody to love me, to love me, to love me the way only you do. I wanna go higher, but I'm going deeper. Oh, can you hear my prayer? Tell me, are you there? Who's gonna love me the right way? You're the only one that knows my heart. It's understandable, it's irreplaceable love. Now I'm head underwater, just trying to reach for the sun. It's understandable.
All right, so you're seeing me put pots into pots. Now, there's a good reason for this. Those corn basket pots or whatever it's lined in, I don't know if it's corn, if it's coconut, whatever it is, those things dry out very easy here in Texas, especially on this back fence because there's a hot wind that blows through in the summer, and it dries out those pots big time. So I decided this year I still wanted the look of that basket, but I was just going to place inside of it the pot that the flowers came in from the nursery. You can't even see the pot in there because it's smaller than the actual larger basket. Anyways, and also Michael is going to put a drip system in these pots for me. He's also going to do the big pots that we're going to put down on the ground. You'll see those here in just a little bit. So anyways, we're just rearranging the hooks so that these are evenly spaced and around the pool, and then in between those is where I'll put the big pots. So we're finishing up out here for the night, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to go out and buy more flowers for those big pots. Then Michael and I will put everything together, put the flower pots together, and I will show you what it all looks like here at the end. So right after this footage right here, then I will be showing you exactly what we got done out here. So we are preparing for grandkids to come over and swim today. So Michael's got the hose out. He's going to vacuum the pool. This morning we came out and got everything planted. Everything's cleaned off. That little water table goes back in the pool because the little grandkids like to play with the water table. But like I said, he's cleaning the pool, so we took everything out. But I am very pleased with how everything turned out. I'm going to take you around and show you all the different plants that we planted. So while I was out getting plants, Michael was very sweet to cut down all the vines from the pergolas for me. Now I need to come in and I need to fertilize my Star of Jasmine. You can see that the starting to get some green on there. And so that way I can have a nice full pergola again by the end of summer. These are the flowers that I decided to do in these pots that are at the end of the pool. Now the reason that I go with these smaller pots is because the grandkids like to use these ledges as a little jumping board to jump into the pool. So that's why I keep these little smaller pots here. And here's our new sago palm. Our one from last year died. Now you want to be very careful with sago palms because they are poisonous to kids and to animals. My grandkids stay away from it because it's pokey, and Olive Grace is not interested in it at all. Now the reason that I stuck it here is this is the corner of the pool. On this side it's deep, on this side it's shallow, and I wanted to discourage the grandkids from thinking that they're stepping into the shallow. So I went ahead and stuck that there for that reason alone. It does look pretty too though. Okay, so here's the plants that we decided to go with. Michael and I came out here early this morning and we got these two big pots planted. I think they look gorgeous. It's got the whites and the pinks, the tall grass so that it can be seen from the pool and also from the seating area. I've got those sweet potato plants that tend to be invasive, so you want to be sure you cut them when they get too long. But I sure love the chartreuse color of them. I typically use creeping Jenny, but we were not able to find that in the stores this year. I don't know why, but so I thought I would do the sweet potato just because I really like that chartreuse color. And we've got the hanging pots right here. We decided to go with flowers instead of ferns because it gets really, really hot in here, right in this area. Because you know the wind blows through all this and it hits these pots and they get really hot. And I just knew that the ferns weren't going to make it very, very long. So Michael's going to come in here and he's going to put a drip system to all of this for me. That way I'm not out here 3 or 4 times a day trying to keep these things watered. Okay, so we've got 6 of our grandkids here today, so I'm going to let you watch them playing in the pool. They're just all so precious. Look at that little Waverly. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today and watching this video. If you like this video, would you please give me a big thumbs up? It lets YouTube know that you enjoy my videos. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope that you'll click that subscribe button and press the notification bell so that you get reminded every time I post a new video. Now I'm hoping to be able to get the garage cleaned out this week so that I can have that video for you next week. We'll see. It's supposed to rain here. I'm hoping that there'll be some breaks in the rain so that I can pull the stuff out of the garage and get that cleaned up for you. That's going to be a really good video. Those garage cleaning videos always do really well on my channel. Anyways, I hope that you guys have a great week, and I will see you again next week. Until then, stay blessed, my friends.